Hello everyone, I'm Saideep. I'm studying in Leeds Beckett University doing Masters in Business Administration. This vlog is related to contemporary marketing. So today I'll be speaking about environmental audit of Samsung smartphones mobiles in United Kingdom. Samsung, a South Korean leading multinational enterprise, is headquartered in Seoul. Samsung Electronics leads the world's market in digital media and high-tech electronics. They have a market share of 34%, whereas Apple, their contenders, have a market share of 48% in the same country. So, Samsung has a mobile-based market which has a vital part in the company's growth and survival on the top of the market in the past decade or so. I will be covering and relating the topics of macro and micro environment. What is environmental audit? It is used to monitor the market, which are changing regularly. This system of marketing audit is independent of an appropriate form of research on factors affecting a company to regularly monitor changes. Uncontrollable factors affecting the company which influence the company performance, which is sensed as external factor. And what is microenvironment? Microenvironment is basically which runs around the stakeholders of the company, but the company would have an upper hand, that is, they would have influence over them through various factors. So I have decided to take pest analysis framework to rephrase the macro environmental analysis of Samsung. So pest analysis includes politics, economic, social and technology. Political. Samsung had a problem of corruption and tax evasion. Samsung family and the boss Lee Jae-ung, who was found guilty of tax evasion and corruption in the past, had affected the government, and he was sentenced to prison for 5 years, which had affected them in their country. But also this would affect the business in United Kingdom, and the market share has been decreased in the past 2 years. Another reason for Samsung decline is Brexit and increased prices in UK. Samsung, a strong contender in the market of electronics, will affect from the Britain's exit from the EU. During the past 2 years, Samsung had declined in its sales, which dropped from 11.2% to 10.3% in the Europe. Therefore, even though the decision is being made after 2 years period, Samsung was worried about European market in United Kingdom's market. In the factor of economic, Samsung has been concentrating on the developing countries where it has tried to start its business. So this was something Samsung had discovered. They, being a Korean-based company, had to rethink on the economic factor. The labor cost is another economic factor which would impact the company. That is, labor cost increases in other countries where the production takes place, which will automatically increase the prices of the products in United Kingdom. And looking over the social facts, most common factor which would affect Samsung business consists of demographic changes and constantly changing trends where cultural life and living of the people affect the potential making of a product. And technological factor, where this is something very interesting how life has changed for the people in the early 21st century, where technology has come over everything. Samsung has been part of huge change in this world of electronics. And looking at the micro-environmental analysis, I have choose Porter's 5 forces. So firstly, rivalry among existing firms. The strongest competitive force engages and determines the success. So whereas Apple and Samsung have a rivalry in its competitive world of business in the mobile industry. So Apple is someone who is very rival for Samsung. So Samsung have to start up new models to compete with Apple. Threat of new entrants. New entrants coming into the market have new innovations in capacity of market developments, and desire to gain market share is often a substantial resource. Power of buyers and suppliers. Power of buyers is always high because they have different choices to buy, whereas suppliers would also be high as they have connections with various different companies. So hence they purchase various raw materials, and this would have different cost productions. Threat of substitutes is another barrier for developing business. The market is filled with different substitutes, and often companies lose their strategy in copying other products. So thank you for seeing my video.